Yeah, when I said, maybe you should wear the glove, maybe that's not such a good idea. Yeah, no, I got to agree with you. I tell you what, why don't you, yeah, why don't you go take that off? Okay, yeah, just go ahead, just go take it off. It's not a problem. For what it's worth, you look like a TV star. Yeah, you look like Howie Mandel. I'm just saying, don't look at me like that. Who do you think you are? Try to be a nice guy about things. Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. Welcome once again back to the GainerWorld International Complex here at a bunker in an undisclosed, soon to be relocated position somewhere in the Midwestern United States of America. We appreciate you being with us again, as always, for this week's live installment of what started out as just a kind of I don't know, just kind of an offshoot, just to kind of make sure everybody's okay during the whole Corona thing, and has now just kind of developed into kind of a little love fest that's going on. Already, people everywhere, they're coming into the chat room, and boy, am I happy that they are. Elizabeth Jeck is there. Elizabeth, always great to see you. Sister Judy representing the CO. Yeah. And Elena is there as always. Elena, nice to see you as always. Thanks for stopping by, you guys. Always do appreciate it. If you are new to this little clam bake that we're throwing together here, and you're wondering what all the fuss is about, there's no fuss. Because there's really nothing planned, to be really honest with you. What we do is, as I said, this kind of started out as just a kind of a way for everybody to just kind of let their hair down for an hour. As long as we're all being quarantined like this, we might as well all get together and share a laugh or two, and maybe share a little joke along the way, and see what happens from there, and maybe share a song. And just make sure everybody's okay, because things have been really trying the last couple of months. And believe me, I know. And actually, it's how I've got to start off this week's show. I have to start it off with a little bit of bad news, unfortunately. And that bad news is that we got the final word on the Sylvie show on Saturday, June 6th. And the bottom line to it is it's not going to happen. We got a hold of the promoters, or that is to say, the promoters got a hold of us to tell us that with the laws in Illinois being what they are, depending upon where you are, quite frankly, there's Chicago and the rest of the show, pardon me, that we were told by the promoters that Sylvie's would not be able to open the venue in time and get things up and running the way they want to. And as a result of that, they're going to have to postpone the show. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is that they're going to reschedule the show. We're working hard with them to make sure that that's going to happen. When? Don't know. Really don't know. But it is going to be as soon as possible when things get back to normal, depending upon when and what that's going to be. But we'll definitely keep you abreast of that. Please stay in touch with us through the website, timgainer.com, or you can go to, our other websites on SoundClick, or here you can subscribe to this channel here, and we'll keep you updated as well. But yeah, I'm really sorry to have to be the one to tell you that. But yeah, unfortunately, the Sylvie show has been canceled for June the 6th. Which is really a shame, not just for me, and hopefully not for you, but also for a couple of other people. And these are the two new members of the band that we were going to introduce to everybody. But I can tell you about them. One of them is my very good friend and one of my brothers in sound, Ken Valskis, who has agreed in principle to join the band. Ken and I go back probably about 30 years. He was playing with us during the Rats days, during the Brad Axis days. He's an amazing guitarist. And I'm so pleased that that we're playing with him again. Judy says, darn, I was going to fly in. I will next time. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Keep those tickets on hand. You never know. And we did find a drummer. we found a drummer in the name of Scott Paith, who is a terrific drummer in his own right. Has worked with a very well-known band here in Chicago, the White Rabbit Project, and has agreed in principle to join us for our upcoming shows, whenever they may be. So we're very happy about that. But unfortunately, we're going to have to hold off their premiere because of the coronas. We got the coronas! Can't go nowhere! So, but, and it's nothing against the folks at Sylvie's. We love them to death. Always have, always will. They've been very, very good to us. And it's just one of those things. It's one of those things. Things are getting better, though. Things are getting better. And I can tell that because near my house, there's a strip mall. And in that strip mall is a pizzeria. Now, that pizzeria, because it's in a strip mall, and if you've ever been through little tiny strip malls with little restaurants and pizzerias, you know there's not really a lot of room inside of them. But they have found out what they can do to get around this. Now, granted, the all clear for everything was not supposed to be until tomorrow. But this one restaurant, this one pizzeria, which I will not mention the name because I ain't no stoolie, okay? I ain't gonna stool pitching on nobody, see? But they cordoned off part of the parking lot and put these barricades around this part of the parking lot. And here's a table here, and here's a table over there, and there's a table over there, and there's a table over there, and everybody is social distancing and wearing their masks and having a gay old time. And nephew Rusty is there too. Hey, Rust, how you doing, buddy? I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you so much for joining us. So things are getting better. When are the bars going to open? I don't know. When they do, let me know, because we're trying to find work, quite frankly. So that's going on. And, but things are slowly getting better. How are things by you? How are things? Are things getting a little bit better? Are they starting to open up a little bit? Are people practicing the distancing? What's going on? Let us know. Come on into the chat room. Let us know what's going on with you. We'd love to hear from you. So far, we've had all kinds of people. Elizabeth says, it's been ages. Yes, it has. Hasn't it? It's been forever. Also, the question, speaking of which, of things getting better, we still, Colorado is all open. Well, Colorado always was wide open. They were the first state to legalize weed. Come on, let's face it. But we were talking last week about the possibility of maybe continuing this little wonderful presentation that we meticulously slap together every week. To just kind of make sure that we're all okay, that we'll do this even after we get the green light to go back to our normal lives. Let us know. Let me know what you think in the comments section. If you're watching the replay, please mention it in the comments section down below. If you're here with us, mention it in the chat. We'd love to hear from you that way. Would it be worth it to keep it going? Let me know. Let me see. Kate O'Brien has come in. Hi, Kate. How are you? I'm okay. You're okay. We're okay. Okay? Okay. Anyway. So, yeah, but let us know. Let us know what everybody thinks. And, should we keep this going? Is it going to be worth it? Are you going to be too busy partying? I mean, I realize the fact that it's summertime and, the holidays are coming up and, 4th of July and all that good fun stuff. So let me know if you actually would want to tune in every Friday night around this time and, kick it around for an hour. Let me know. Other things going on this week. Lots of fun stuff going on this week. Let me see. Elena's saying, sadly, I'm in a seemingly permanent social distancing mode with my adult son. How I hope things will change. Okay, Elena, I can understand that. Believe me, I can understand where you're coming from. And keep fighting the good fight. That's the best I can tell you. That's one of the things that it's one of the things that really has been kind of hard for everybody. When you stop and think about it, is the fact that, this has probably been one of the most trying times. And it's kind of tough here because we're all, some of the people that I see in the chat room, we're all from the same area. And the weather's getting nicer. One day, though, I'd love to bring him to one of your gigs. I'd love to see him at one of the gigs. I really would. And if it happens, please don't hesitate to bring him. We'd love to have him. We'd love to have everybody. That's the kind of people we are. Come on and bring him. But yeah, lots of things going on. The summertime, and here in Illinois, the state's saying one thing, and the mayor of Chicago is saying the other thing, and nobody knows what the heck is going on at this point. He loves music. We all do. But yeah, Kate, I got to agree with that one. I'm not going to read that, but I understand where you're coming from, and you're right. But we're gonna keep this a neutral show. I'm just saying we're gonna keep this a neutral show. But yeah, things are happening. I'm happy to say that. Well, not to sound like a massive egotist, although I can. One of the things that have happened to me that I'm very, very happy about is if you've been following anything that I've been doing, especially with the traffic has picked up. Yes, it has. Let's see. One day when it works, maybe you can send Dan a song. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. In order to do that, we're going to have to. I got to finish the move. Okay. A lot of people have been asking me, when are you going back in the studio? And the fact of the matter is, right now I can't, because all my equipment, with the exception of just what you see here in front of you, is pretty well packed up and ready to move. How is the move, you may ask yourself? Well, it still isn't. And the reason being is that I got a message from, I don't have to keep this a secret. I was a veteran of the United States Army. You're welcome. And as a result of this, I'm trying to buy a condo. And I'm trying to buy a condo through the VA, the Veterans Administration. They have loans for veterans. And they're usually really good about stuff, provided that the building that you are trying to buy with money from the Veterans Administration, so to speak, is registered with the Veterans Administration. Turns out that this building that I'm trying to buy this condo in isn't. And as a result of this, there's certain verbiage that has to go in with the entire loan package for the condo, the homeowners association. Well, that sucks. Yes, you're right, Kate. Imagine what it's like from here. So they basically had to resubmit the entire loan with that verbiage in it. And so now we're going on to close to 3 months that this has been going on. I was being empathetic. I know you are, Kath. I understand. It's perfectly all right. Sister yeah, it was a sad face. But where's Plopsy when I need him? He can put on a sad face. No, he can't. He's thoroughly incapable of that. But so we're waiting, and we're still in boxes, and we're just going to see what happens. There's still a couple of ways that we can do this. It's just taking a little bit longer. Much longer. So, yeah, it kind of stinks. But we persist. Kate says maybe we should play the boxer. It's a possibility. I was going through some ideas of what I was going to play tonight, and came up with a couple of Came up with one or two that I wanted to play, but we could do that. We could do that. It's not the same without doing it. It's not the same without Dave. And if you're a fan, you'll understand what that means. In fact, if you go to my website, timgainer.com, you can see who David Glynn is. He's an extremely... Judy says, I got harmony. Okay, Jude, that's great. Can you sing Far, Far Away? Like so far away, nobody can hear you? No, I'm just asking. I'm kidding. Come on, it's what this show is about. Come on, back off. But David Glynn was one of my first partners that I had the privilege of playing with. An extremely talented man. And we did this song. We also played the very first show that I did when I released Honor Among Thieves. He was nice enough to come up on stage and help me sing this song. And it's nice with two-part harmony, but it's not the same. But we'll give it a shot. I know I'm going to butcher this, but we'll give it a shot. There we go. At least I get the right key. Remember, Kate, this was your idea. I am just a poor boy, though my story is seldom told. I have squandered my resistance for a pocket full of mumbles, such are promises. All lies and jest, still the man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. Na 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 na. Well, with my home, my family, I was no more than a boy in the company of strangers in a pocket of a railway station running scared. I do declare there are times when I was so lonesome, I took some comfort there. By the light, by the light, 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 by the light, by the light, 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 light. Asking only workman's wages, I come looking for a job, but I get no offers. Just come on from the whores on 7th Avenue. I do declare there are times when I was so lonesome, I took some comfort there. That's good. In the fighting stands of Oxford, and a fighter by his trade, and he carries a reminder of every glove that's laid him down or cut him till he cried out in his anger and his shame, I'm leaving, but the fire still remains. By the light, by the light, 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 by the light, by the light, 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 by the light, 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 by the light, by the light, 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 light. Yeah, I told you I was going to butcher that, but that's what we do here on the show. And by golly, we're pretty doggone proud of it, too. I told you I'd only come up with it. I'm not promising anything. Told you that we don't do anything on the show. And by the way, to the people that are messaging me, yes, I do have my phone. Megan Paulette is here. Megan, hi, how are you? I'm really glad that you joined us tonight. Thank you so very much. And oh yeah, by the way, the show's been called off. I know that you've heard about that, so if you were planning a road trip, forget it. Unpack the bags because it's just not going to happen. Let me see here. We've got all kinds of things going on here this evening. Who is messing with my stuff? That's what I want to know. Let's see here. What is... someone says, I love that song. Well, yeah, find out what... I have. I'm super bummed. Okay. You know, if you... and I'm going to say this publicly. I am going to say this publicly. If you are planning on making any shows, let me know in advance. We'll talk. I would love to have Megan Paulette on my stage any old time. Okay, so we'll keep in touch and we'll see what's going on with that. So anyway, let me see here. Nobody else on the phones. Okay, so that's going on right now. Speaking of people in Pennsylvania, I do want to mention this. Well, I want to mention a couple things. First off, and I said this earlier, not to sound egotistical, although I can. Very well, too, thank you. I'm very happy to say that after 6 months of releasing Honor Among Thieves, people are just... I don't want to say they're not letting it go, but you guys are really supporting the heck out of it. And I thank you oh so much, because I'm getting word that across the pond on the Lamb chart, It's a Jungle Out There is still in the top 20. Now, this is 6 months after I released the doggone thing, and I'm humbled. I'm literally, legitimately humbled by this. And I thank you all so much for that. The folks over across the pond, so to speak. Also, if you're a fan of hugs, which a lot of people in the chat room are, I'm very happy to say. And one of them is a person with this week's #1 song on the Hugs chart. I think we all know who that is. Miss Paulette, going to hear me on the radio. Yeah, way to go. 6 weeks in #1. You guys have to check out this music. It's really well done. It's part of the Hometown Underground Sound Show that is being played on 93.7 WRGG, Greencastle, Pennsylvania, man, the home of the hits. And there is a chart of these people. You're too kind. Thank you. No, thank you for putting out great music. But in all sincerity, this is a chart that of unsigned artists, original artists. This is not your big city sign with EMI thing. These are genuine folks like myself, like Megan Paulette, like Dave Glynn, like Mike Eklund, like Mel Brown, like Ken Shelton. Big names that have never been signed to a major contract. And hopefully never will be, because let's face it, it would ruin many things, in my opinion anyway. But they do have a music chart that's out. I'm very happy to say that 4 songs are still in the top 100. One of them is still in the top 20. Sunrise Also Fell is still top 20. And I'm also happy to announce that 2 songs by another band from Chicago, the Studs, are also in the top 1, I think the top 50 of the Hugs charts. So I appreciate that kind of support. I really do appreciate that in a huge way. It's very humbling indeed. And I encourage all of you. Megan says, the Studs are my new favorite band. Easily said, Megan. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. They're one of my favorite bands too, as a matter of fact. You know, I'm kind of partial. But I will say this. WRG, please write this down, WRGG.org. If you're not in the Pennsylvania area, if you're not around the, the Greencastle, Allegheny, area, please write that down, because the Hug Show is every Tuesday and Wednesday night, beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central on Tuesday night, where they They count down the top 20. That's right, the top 20 countdown of the Hugs. I'm Casey Kasem, and I'm a moron. And then Wednesday, they just kind of like, it's all requests. If you have a band that they have in the database, you can call in and they'll play it. It's very, very cool. And it's a wonderful piece of exposure for the artists. This is a show that really started on just this one little radio station in Greencastle, Pennsylvania, and it's just turned into this global phenomenon. This show is being heard, I think, in like 13 countries right now. And just excellent musician after excellent musician after excellent musician. Present company excluded. I just got in there by luck. It's a great show, and it's a great way to find new music. So I strongly recommend that you get that for, people like myself and Megan and the Studs. It's a great thing. And one of the reasons that I do mention that is because, and I don't know who else knows this, but the guy that started all this, the guy that looked at me and went, "I'm going to make you a star." No, you're not. Cyrus Gray, who is the organizer and the main DJ who put all this together. It's his birthday today. It's his birthday, and I really wish that he was in the chat room right now because I would be giving him so much guff. It's not even funny. So yeah, definitely happy birthday to Cyrus, and pass along my word. Just thanks. I can't say any more than that. Thanks, for putting this lowly little Southside boy out there and helping to boost things the way he has. Things like this show, and the website and everything like that wouldn't be happening without the support of people like him. And that is based on the support of people like you. And for you to support it, I thank you very deeply. I can't say any more than that. So, again, thank you very much. And thanks to the people over, and this is not to belittle the people over at the Lamb site, how this Southside Irish guy got involved on a chart in Lincolnshire, England. Really? Come on. But thank you. I can't say any more than that. So, between that and trying to move and shows being canceled, it's been a weird week. It really has. It's been a strange week. Hopefully we'll be able to get things going by next week. And like I said, if you guys think that this is a good idea to keep this show going, this little organized mess that I've got going on Friday nights, if after they give the green light and they say, okay, you can go back to reality, if you think that really we need to keep this going just to kind of say hi and get together on a Friday night, let me know. Let me know. If you're watching this live, let me know in the chat room. If you're watching this on replay, please let me know in the comments thing down below. I would really appreciate it because you guys are the reason why this is done. The whole premise of this show is just to make sure that we can let our hair down for an hour and we don't have to worry about social distancing and wearing masks and gloves and all that. We can just get together and have a little bit of fun, talk a little bit, make sure that we're all okay. That's really what it's all about. And what's going on with you guys? Let me know. Talk to me in the chat thing there. That chat thing over there. That's kind of important. Like to know what's going on with that. I was talking earlier about songs that I was thinking about doing. And I don't know why. I hadn't played this song in years. And again, this is one of these that I'm going to butcher, which I seem to be getting really good at these days. But I thought about this song, and I hadn't played it in forever. Jackson Browne wrote this. Greg Allman re-recorded it. And I'm about to turn it into a mess. Let's try that again. Well, now I've been out walking. I don't do that much talking these days. These days I seem to think a lot about the things that I forgot to do for you. And all the times I had the chance to. Now I've got a lover. I don't think I'll risk another these days. These days I seem to be afraid to live the life that I've made in song. It's not wrong, it's just that I have been losing for so long. These days I sit on a cornerstone and count the times in quarter tones till 10. My friend, please don't confront me with my failures. I've not forgotten them. Totally forgot about that song. Jackson Browne, like I said. Who, by the way, if nobody is aware of this, actually has a new album out. And normally when I would say that, people would just kind of, oh, okay, Jackson Browne, yeah, new album. I am happy to tell you, Jackson Browne is back. I mean, he's back to playing things from the For Every Man, you know, the Pretender kind of thing that he was doing back in the beginning of his career before he decided to become political and send his stuff fall straight to hell. So, yeah, that was, it's a great album and I strongly recommend it. I'll tell you one thing that I don't recommend. And I'm ashamed to say this. I'm really ashamed to say this. You know who's got a new album out? And I've heard tracks from it. And it's really bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's just like, it's like, scratch your head and wonder why the heck he made this bad. Bob Dylan. He's got a new album out. And there's one track that's on it, and I discussed it on the show before. The track, it's a 17-minute track, and I'm struggling to remember the title of it. But it's a 17-minute track that starts talking about the assassination of John F. Kennedy. And then goes into this really weird thing about what happened in the rest of the 60s. And Judy says, he ain't dead yet? No, unfortunately he's not. And you can still not understand a word he says, just so you know. But he goes into this long rant about what happened in the rest of the 60s and Abby Hoffman and people getting high at Woodstock and things that have nothing to do with the assassination of John Kennedy. But it's just so weird. And this goes on for 17 minutes. And the rest of the album's like that. He's got, other songs that are on there. And yeah, it's not pretty. It's just not pretty. And unless you are a real dyed-in-the-wool, hard-nosed, yes, he is the genius he's always been, Bob Dylan fan, which for a long time I was. I love Dylan. I think Blood on the Tracks is probably one of the greatest albums ever recorded, quite frankly. But yeah, maybe it's dementia. I don't know. It's possible. But then they've been saying that about him for what? They've been saying that for the last 50 years, haven't they? And especially my favorite. Let me get my guitar here. My favorite. If you got to see the 10th anniversary of Late Night with David Letterman before he moved to CBS, one of the things that he did was he had Bob Dylan come on the show at the end. And Paul Schaefer, who is one of the greatest musicians that's ever lived as far as I'm concerned, and has one of the greatest bands in the world as far as I'm concerned, the world's most dangerous band. But he put together this all-star band to back up Bob Dylan. And he had people like Bonnie Raitt and Jackson Browne and Rita Coolidge on the backing vocals. And he had Joe Walsh and Ry Cooder on guitars, and he's playing, and had, Jason Bonham or whoever it was that he had on drums. Just this killer band. And they're playing like a Rolling Stone. And this is Bob singing. Didn't you? People saying, everyone don't find the regular side. Didn't you? And you can see everybody in the band going, what the hell is Bob singing? Never mind, we're getting paid union scale for this. Just keep playing. Like a Rolling Stone. It was crazy. It was absolutely nuts. And people are just, you can, even the crowd's like, Bob, fix the dentures, something. And he has not improved to this day. I will just say that. The Octogenarian Club. Yeah, well, no, at the time it wasn't. But, because, we're talking 95, I think. But it's hard to say. But all I know is that from that moment forward, I really, you can call him a genius. That's fine. I have no problem with this. But I'm beginning to think Bob's losing it. The guy's 79. He just turned 79, which is great. God bless him. That's wonderful. But I'm just saying, I have a list of people, and I'm probably not the one to say this, but it needs to be said. And the reason it needs to be said is that these are some of my all-time favorite artists. And I said this on my old podcast once before, and caught lots of heat for it. But I still stand by this. There are 3 people in the music industry that I really feel should retire right away. One of them, since I said this the first time on my podcast, has. Which leaves 2 more. The first, and the person who did retire, was Paul Simon. Now, don't get me wrong. Love Paul Simon's music. Love it. You know, you just heard me play the boxer a little while ago. Love his stuff. But his voice is shot. You know, as we all get older, our voices have a tendency to diminish. There's no getting around that. It just happens. It's called old age. It's called evolution. What are you going to do? The second is Bob Dylan. Bob is a terrific writer. Although late, I question this. But you cannot take away from the fact that he has written some of the greatest classics in the 20th and 21st centuries. But again, when you hear, what if I do, I do, you start questioning things. Okay? And the third, and this is the one I get the most grief for, and believe me, it breaks my heart the most to say this one. The third is Paul McCartney. Now, I've had the pleasure of seeing Paul live. My son Eric brought me to his last tour here in the Chicago area. Terrific night. Loved it. Vlogged about it. Had a great night. But, again, Paul is 78. Going to be 79 very soon. The voice isn't what it used to be. And I really feel in my heart of hearts, that when your voice gets to that point where you can't do it the way you used to, but people still demand it of you, especially in McCartney's case. I mean, come on. He's freaking Paul McCartney, okay? I mean, what else can you say? And if it wasn't for the Beatles, I sure wouldn't be here. I've always said February 9th, 1964, the night that changed my life. Forever. But Paul, you can't do it live anymore, man. You just can't. I know you're trying, and his band is killer. His band is killer. But, no. You know, make one last album, call it a day before people start laughing at you, man. I really mean that. And like I said, I'm heartbroken to have to say these things. You know, people are going to say that about me in a couple of years. I know this. I'm no fool. I know my voice isn't the way it used to be. I used to be able to hit the same high notes that Sean Phillips used to hit. I can't do it anymore. I'm 63. I hope nobody expects me to. But there it is. So, yeah. Why I just went off on that rant, I have absolutely no clue, but there it is anyway. In fact, I was talking to an old friend. Cass says, holy moly, you're old. You should know how old I am, chick. Okay, you ain't that far behind me. Okay, you want to open wounds? Let's open some wounds here, okay? After that, we sang into golf club sticks. Oh, yes, I am. All right, girl. After that, we sang into golf club sticks. Not sure where you're going with that one. But I sing into golf club sticks. In fact, I'm doing that tomorrow. I'm very happy to say that the driving ranges in the Chicago area, when Paul dies, the entire world will mourn. No, Elena, when Paul dies, the entire world will explode. That's just all it is. It's supernova, boom, that's it, end of list. Because all we've got left is Ringo and, I mean, come on, it's Ringo. I shouldn't say that. That's not kind. Use golf clubs as a mic. I hope you guys are coming up with some weird little scenario that I don't seem to remember because when you sang into golf club sticks as kids, we might have done that. It wouldn't surprise me. When you sang into golf club sticks as kids, oh boy. Pardon me. No, it's allergies. I swear to God, it's allergies. He don't got the coronas. It's allergies. But yeah, no, everyone does it. Of course they do, Kath. Of course they do. You still do it, right? That and hairbrushes. Well, yeah, hairbrushes. You got to do it. That's a prerequisite. If a song comes on the radio and you've got a hairbrush near you, that's it. You got to do it. Everybody does that. I defy anybody to tell me differently. I do it. I'm not proud. There you go. So, Megan, okay, I have to make this public. Megan says, oh my gosh, I went to the store today and sneezed 3 times behind my mask. I thought someone was going to kick me out. I know the feeling. I have told the story a couple of times on this show about how if I'm in a store and I've got the mask on, you know, and I've got my sunglasses on. First off, I look like a terrorist to begin with. And then suddenly, if you've got one woman, here I'm coming this way, and the other woman's coming this way, and she's dressed, and she's got the mask and the hazmat suit and the rubber gloves, and she looks like she's getting ready to pick up kryptonite for the family. And I'll just walk past her and just go, boom, up against the frozen food counter she goes. And just, you can see just the eyes doing like this, like, oh my God, we're going to die. And you just look at her and go, it's allergies. And they go running, never to be seen again. And I'm hoping that they're not going to call security. So yes, I understand where it's all about. Yeah, when you cough, when you sneeze, it's okay. Because people don't associate sneezing with the coronas. But if you cough, Lord have mercy on your soul. And hope that you're not arrested. So, but there's that. And that has nothing to do with hairbrushes. Okay, anybody that has ever sung into a hairbrush, come on, here's your chance. Say it loud, say it proud. Come on, let me know in the chat room. Let me know in the comments down below. You've done it. I've done it. Everybody's done it. All God's children done it. So, yeah. We'll go ahead and take care of that. Let me do one more. As long as we're saying, Kate says, can I use a golf club? Yes. Oh, absolutely, Kath. I'll let you. Duh, me. Okay. Where's my hairbrush, says Elena. Where's my hairbrush? Whoa, okay. All right, kids. It's time for everybody. Used to sing Van Halen into my hairbrush. Okay, now, I have to, you mentioned Van Halen. I have to ask the question. And I know I'm going to spark a debate here. And I don't care, because it's my show. I'm going to ask one simple question. Dave or Sammy? Let the debate begin. Elena says she used to sing Veggie Tales. Oh, well. A little TMI there, Elena. Actually, I had somebody ask me this. Somebody asked me to play this. And I'm kind of proud of it. This is one of the 4 songs, actually, that's still in the top 100 of the Hugs chart. And I'm very proud of this. This is written by Shel Silverstein. And I've played it on the show before, but again, this is kind of by request, so. Never got to know her very well. All we did was spend a little time. You're waiting for a story. There's really none to tell. She's just a passing shadow on my mind. But I remember her on the streets of New York City, and here was I, looking for some place to go. I turned and said, hey, the snowflakes on your lashes. She laughed and said, that isn't snow. She said, it's feathers from a pillow God is shaking in the sky. She opened her smiling lips to catch a snowflake passing by. Both began to laugh, and I looked into her eyes, and it was warmer there. But I never got to know her very well. All we did was spend a little time. If you're waiting for a story, there's really none to tell. She's just a passing shadow on my mind. But I remember her as we woke up warm together in her flowered room. She said, I'll help you pack. She sewed my shirts. I said I'd stay forever. She laughed and put some cookies in my sack. She said, leave a trail of cookie crumbs as you walk through the snow, and I will follow after and find you where you go. I left her in the doorway, oh, why I'll never know, but I was younger then. But I never got to know her very well. All we did was spend a little time. If you're waiting for a story, there's really none to tell. She's just a passing shadow on my mind. Never got to know her very well. Music by suggestion. Now, on with your countdown. So, there's that. And I appreciate it. And I see nobody has answered the burning question. What is up, people? We can't get into this debate. We're talking about Van Halen. Who is better, Dave or Sammy? You be the judge. You let me know in the chat room or in the comments section down below. Now, on with the countdown. So that's going on. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks. I absolutely have to admit it. Megan says Dave. Ooh, she comes right out of the box. Dave. I don't know. Dave had his own charm, but I think about songs like Right Now and When It's Love. Ladies and gentlemen, Curtis Mechanic has entered the room. Curtis, thank you for being here, buddy. I totally appreciate it. Kurt's saying Sammy. Okay, we got the debate running. Gang. Let me know. Who's your favorite? And no fisticuffs, please. And as always, no wagering. So we're just going to let that kind of pool into the sunset. But let me know. Also let me know, in all sincerity, we've talked about this since about midway when we started doing this little mess on Friday nights. Should we keep this going after the OK? Are you guys going to be busy running outside and playing in the summer sun as you should be and going to your favorite venues as you should be? Instead, you want to stay home on a Friday night and watch this mess? Really? Should we keep it going? Let me know. Talk about it in the chat. Let me hear about it if you're watching the replay. In the comments below. We'd love to get your opinion on this. Because as I said before, this is for you. This is for all of us. To just kind of get together and let our hair down and have some fun and play a couple of songs and talk to each other virtually, as it were. And just kind of take it from there. Ain't no summer sun here. We're under a storm warning all night. Hail, lightning, the works. Yeah, we had that a couple of nights ago. You guys are getting what we had a couple of nights ago, which it's not pretty. So, yeah. Better you than us. It's just just that way. What can I tell you? We need the rain. We need the rain. And I know that Pennsylvania is big farm country, so I'm not going to say anything less than that. I appreciate everybody that stopped in this evening. Thank you all so much. This has been, it's always a lot of fun being able to do this. It really is. And I appreciate you guys supporting it so much. I appreciate the support from the community, from Hugs, from the folks at Lamb, from you guys, from the viewer. And as corny as it is, and is it sounds like I'm begging. Well, let's face it, I am. When I started this channel, it was just something as just an artistic outlet, just to see how I was at video and putting together a vlog. It turned into people liking it to the point where they wanted to see what I was doing in the studio, recording the album. So I gave updates to that, and it turned into other things, and now it's turned into almost a live stream every week. And it really, it's because of you guys. And, I'm not David Dobrik. I'm not Colleen Ballinger. I'm not Tana Mojo. I'm not Casey Neistat. I'm nobody like that. I'm just this fat old Southside Irish guy from Chicago. But people have really latched onto it, and I thank you all so much. And I've got to, when I got my first subscriber, I'm like, hey, that's cool. Somebody who isn't me that's subscribed. And now I've got like over 50 people that actually want to know what the heck I'm doing with my life. Which causes me to wonder, why aren't you more worried about yours? But I'd like to get to 100, just as some kind of plateau. So like and subscribe. You'll find out next time that we do this little mess. If I make an update on the moving situation, which I plan on doing in the next couple of weeks, we're definitely going to keep you updated on that. Let you know how the VA is messing with my mind. They're messing with my mind, man. Why are they doing that? But we'll definitely keep you abreast of that. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on in the music scene and with life overall. If there's updates with any shows, we'll be more than glad to let you know. So like, subscribe, go to timgainer.com, sign up there. You can do that as well. Pick up copies of the album, please. That would be wonderful. Listen to The Hug Show on Tuesday and Wednesday night. WRGG.org. You can check out great people like Megan and Curtis and myself and Mel Brown and Ken Shelton and Smileyfoot and all kinds of great unsigned artists that are very, very deserving of listening ears and of support of ears, just as you have been over the course of the last several months. And I thank you all so much, as they do as well. As a matter of fact, before we go, I gotta say it, ladies and gentlemen, Cyrus Gray is in the house. It is true. And I have to say it before we go. There you go. Everybody's saying it. Cyrus, happy birthday, you old fart. And we've been talking about you all night. And naturally, you come in at the last second. Yeah, that figures. Your timing always sucked. Better late than never. Yeah, how about it? But no, we all said the same thing. Happy birthday, dude. And on behalf of all of us that are on the Hugs chart and part of the Hometown Underground Sound show, the showcase and the blast, thank you for your support. Thank you for the job that you're doing. Thank you for fighting the good fight for the unsigned artist, the independent artist. And keep it going, man. Keep it going. What started as just a local show in a little town in Pennsylvania is now a global phenomenon. And you did that, bro. You did that. We're all so proud of you. Thank you all so much. At that point, and now that Cyrus is here, we can all get out of here. So we'll go ahead and do that. I told you, man, timing is everything. We're going to get out of here for now. Thank you all. Thank you. New submissions are open. Yes. Let me do that for you real quick. If you are an unsigned artist and you're watching this show, and indeed, how could you not be? Hugsunderground@gmail.com. Send in 2 of your best songs. Send in a quick bio. Make sure they're in MP3 format. Send them in. If they are broadcast quality and FCC friendly, chances are real good you'll get on the show. Or if nothing else, you'll just get a blast from somebody. So definitely do that, and we'll keep that going. So thank you to everybody who is watching us tonight. Thank you to everybody who is in the chat room. I always love talking to you guys. Thank you so much. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching this. Certainly do appreciate it. We will be back doing this again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Next Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, right here on this very bandwidth. I certainly thank you for watching. My name is Tim Gainer. Stay safe, stay well. If you like it, hey, you know what to do. We'll see you next week, and I think I figured out how to finally end this show.